भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ।
Dear friends, welcome back to the study of the Mundaka Upanishad, and we have started on the second Mundaka and the first chapter of the second Mundaka. We have completed the study of Apara Vidya Vishaya. What is that? Apara Vidya means not so sublime knowledge, or a method of learning and educating yourself. The subject matter is not so sublime. To be very practical, it is the worldly knowledge. What does the worldly knowledge lead to? How do we perform our duties of life and we attain our desired goal of name, fame, wealth, health, and all that goes in this world? The Upanishad has taught you how to rotate your life around the principles of the nature as started by the divine, and how you follow those instructions and enjoy the fruits of your hard labor in heaven and in this earth. That was the subject matter of the first Mundaka, which we have now totally studied, and we have found some of us, normal humans, while following that instruction, they become a bit introspective and they think, I am spending my life's energy, my strength, all the powers of my faculty to achieve something. That something is uncertain whether I'll be able to achieve it or I may not be able to achieve it. That uncertainty looms large. Whether I'll achieve or not is not certain. A. B is, even if I achieve, I find it doesn't stay with me permanently. It comes, it stays for a while, and it goes. Whether it's name or fame or reputation, whether it is power or pelf understanding in the society, whether it's wealth, none of them are permanent. So, a group of people, they being introspective, they find the effort that I make is not commensurate with the results that I expect. Why? Because it is transitory. Is there anything where I put my effort in and I receive something, I achieve something, I attain something which is permanent. Is there anything of that sort? With this in mind, we find in the beginning Mahashala Shaunaka, a man of great achievement and enlightened thinking, goes to his Guru Angirasa and asks him, "Sir, is there anything in the world which is available to me, which is achievable by me, which is attainable by me? Having attained that, I will have no desire left to achieve anything more. I will be totally satisfied and there will be no motivation left to chase after this world." Is there anything in this world? That is how the Upanishad started. And to our great surprise, the teacher straight away doesn't speak about Brahman or Atman, the eternal entity, which is our goal of life, manifestation of divinity already within ourselves is the purpose of being born a human. This is what Swami Vivekananda says. This is what the scripture says, the Upanishad says. He doesn't start there. He starts from a lower level. Apara Vidya and Para Vidya. There are two branches of knowledge which you must follow. One is not so sublime, but indispensable to live in this world. Tertiary knowledge about the world, the forces at play in nature, how I manage them to my advantage so that my life becomes more convenient, more comfortable, more enjoyable. He takes up that subject first. Why? Without going through that experience, you cannot come to this conclusion that karmachitana brahmano akrita kritena nasti. What is that? That which is eternal and absolute cannot be attained by material means. I have to find out some methodology, some avenue, some ways, some means, by means of which I put in an equal effort to achieve. In return, I get something which is eternal. I am wisely using my power, my strength, my faculties. To make it sure that the process is not like the Hanuman Swami jumping from Dhanushkoti and reaching Sri Lanka by one jump. No, it is a gradual process. You start from here and slowly through the process of natural evolution, making mistakes, understanding your mistakes, not to make those mistakes again, and that is how you go through your process of experiences of life and ultimately come to this conclusion: this is a futile pursuit. This is a futile pursuit. It does not satisfy me. What is the other one? Paravidya Vishaya, the sublime knowledge. And we start this chapter, this Mundaka, the second chapter of the second Mundaka, with this. What is it? We have studied the first and the second. There is something which is very ambiguous. And I will concentrate on that without a total clarity of understanding of the word Akshara and the word Purusha. These two words have been used in the first shloka of the first chapter of the second Mundaka, as well as in the second shloka. And it has been used in two different manners so that no ambiguity clouds your vision. I will concentrate on that today and then we will proceed. Without this clarification, it will be a jumbled up understanding and you will be deeper in confusion as to what to do, what not to do, how to go about it. Therefore, dears, let us pay attention to that. What is it? He says in the first shloka, he gives you an example. This is the reality. What is the reality? From a blazing fire, Sudiptat Pavakat, from a blazing fire, Sahasrasha Vishpulanga Swarupa Prabhavanti. Thousands and thousands of sparks emanate from a blazing fire. Now you see, I call the blazing fire a blazing fire, and I call that fire a spark. Why? Why do I have two different names? Though qualitatively they are the same. Fire in a blazing form, fire in a spark form. And they come out from the blazing fire. But I call it by different name. Why? It is different in form, therefore different in name. Its quality is different and its utilitarian value is different. How come? A blazing fire will burn down a township in a few seconds, where a spark has the capacity to burn a hole in your shirt sleeve. That's all. But they are fires. This is an example. That is, numerically, thousands of things can come out of its original source. Similarly, this is an example. Now, always remember, example has to be utilized only for the point of exemplification of a particular idea. Don't try to draw it out everywhere. That is not the purpose of an example. Jasmin arte buddhi samyam sadrishtant. Where your and my idea coalesces, do not confront, they coalesce together. That is the right example. As for instance, don't touch it. It is fire. It will burn you. As far as you are concerned, as far as I am concerned, both of us know fire has the capacity to burn. Therefore, don't touch it. And you agree. It may be a cold fire. All these things are brainy people will say. So don't try to exemplify things which is not purposely intended. Only concentrate on the exemplification. What is the example now? From a huge burning fire, immeasurably large, thousands and thousands of sparks come out of it. Example. What does it mean? One huge thing can give rise to many, many, many different things of the same quality. Fire is in the fire, fire is in the spark. What is the example? From that eternal awareness, Chetana, Sridharananda Sarupatma, thousands and thousands and thousands, innumerable persons come out of it. The awareness is the highest common factor. That is cosmic awareness. This is individual awareness. I am aware I am. I am aware of my faculties. I am aware I can know. This awareness is the awareness of the cosmic entity known as Akshara. Now, another example. I'll give you two more examples to clarify further. A pot of clay, soft and blended and all that, ready. In that pot of clay, an intelligent, creative potter who is intelligent, who is creative, who knows how to create, what purpose it will serve, he knows everything. That potter uses that clay to create 1,000 different earthenwares. Before the industrial society, earthenware and glassware were common, made of grass or made of bamboo pulp, that is natural fiber, and clay, for the comfort and convenience of life. The pot of clay is a pot of clay. In it, there is a possibility that an intelligent, artful creator can create 1,000 things out of it. The name and the form and the utilitarian value is different, but all of them are made of clay. Clay is the potential cause of all these effects. Similarly, that Akshara is the potential cause, Karanabhuta. From that cause, all this cosmic effect has come out. The diversity in the cosmos has come out of that, as diverse earthenwares have come out of this. Clay. I told you I'll give you another example. In the harbor, in the ocean, you go and you have several pots of several sizes, several names, several utilitarian values. You immerse those pots into the ocean. I'm sorry. What happens? Each and every pot gets filled up with ocean water. And then you lift them up. That water is known as glass water, cup water, jug water, jar water, pitcher water, plate water. the container is important. Water is the highest common factor. And you call it by very names. Now I quote from the Upanishads. They say, Vacharambhanam vikaranāmadeyam anritam mrittika iti eva satyam. What does he say? Vacha and arambhana. The name that you give and the shape that is there and the utilitarian value that is there, they are all transitory, therefore they are mythical. They are myths. Oh, how come you break the containers? All remains is clay and the ocean water falls into the ocean, merges with the ocean. You have created a transitory division of the undivisible ocean water. You have created a transitory division, a transitory separateness, because your focus of attention was not on the reality but on the unreal. And you are absolutely, I would say, hypnotized by the diversities, and you forget to see the unity in diversity. So here, dears, he says, Tatha in the first shloka, Tatha aksharat vividha sobhya bhava prajayate tatreva apiyanti. All those earthenwares goes back to clay when you break their name and break their form. And that's what you do. It comes out of that, it stays for a while, it goes back to that. Always remember this formula, tasmat jayate. It comes out of it. Tasmat liyate. It goes back to it. That thing, tat jalam, from which jayate, into which liyate happens, tat jalam shanta upasita. A shanta purusha who has now gone beyond confused thinking, he concentrates on that eternal entity which is the cause of this diversity, and it is when it is no more looked at the cause, it is the eternal entity. Paratah par aksharat, paratah paraha, in the second shloka. First shloka he says, aksharat vividha sobhya bhava. From that akshara, from that immutable eternal, it has come up. It is immutable in its ultimate sense. It is the ultimate basic reason from which it has come up. As for instance, clay. An intelligent potter can create multiple diverse things out of clay. And when those things are broken down, they become clay again. Tasmad jayate, tasmin liyate. But the clay is a matter. The existence of the clay is the eternal. Aksharat parataha paraha. It is far, far, far sublime than that eternal cause from which all this has happened. What is that eternal cause there? That is the Maya Shakti or Jnana Shakti on which Lord God of the universe, Parameshwara, has total control and he wills it and it is created. And we are all separate entities. We think this separateness is eternal and this is the last word. Here the word akshara has been used by comparison, the ultimate cause and beyond the cause. This is intellectual. What happens psychologically in your sadhana? What happens? Let us see. I am wakeful now, and all my 5 sense organs are functioning. With my intelligence, I understand that the whole world is infinitely diverse, separated from each other. I and you, I and you. Asmat and Jusmat pratyaya gochara. Vishaya, Vishayana. The subject and the eternal object, the eternal subject and the transitory object. That's what it is. Why? Because my whole thought process, my whole capacity of thinking has been saturated by the concept of separateness. The Upanishad is trying now its very best to tell you how that separateness can, by your own self-education, self-discipline, it can go. How? I am told, meditate on an aspect of Parama Ishvara, the Lord God of this universe, the creator, the preserver, the destroyer of this universe. The ultimate cause of this diversity. First, concentrate there. And you are told various methods, how to meditate, how to concentrate, and this and this and this. By your good efforts, by your back-breaking, relenting, continuous effort, you generate that power of concentration seen through this sub-objective world. Seeing through this objective world, I am, you are. This amness and your are-ness are the same. I say I am, you say I am. The I amness is the highest common factor in this diversity. So slowly and slowly and slowly, the separateness concentrates on that form of Parama Ishvara. You start with a form. You have concentrated, and you and your God, you become one. And then that very same God dissolves into an effulgence. The name and the form is now disappearing, and that effulgence is nothing but your awareness. I am aware, I am. That awareness breaks this bond of separateness, and that amness is experienced everywhere. You can do that because your ancestors have done that. Not only your ancestors have done that, your present-day world have produced such saints. It is not a fairy tale, it is not a myth, it is not a woolly-headed idea. The human society, even today, are producing saints. And who are those saints who have got rid of the hold of separateness on you? You have broken your boundaries. That is why the word moksha, liberation, mukti, emancipation has come into use. You have broken asunder the hold of separateness on you, and you have become one with your true original nature through objectifying it first and ultimately merging it with it subjectively. That is what happens to you subjectively. According to your sadhana, you grow, you grow, you grow, you grow. Ultimately you merge. You are not producing yourself. You are breaking the concept of separateness, and you are sasambedya chaitanya, self-evident awareness, and that awareness has broken all bounds. This is what the second shloka has said. So, dears, remember, for your intellectual understanding and for your achievement in your spiritual life, you need a stepping stone. That stepping stone is the concept of Paramaishvara, the cause of this universe, from whom this universe has emanated, into whom the universe goes in. Tad jalam shanta upasita. This is what is said in the second shloka. So always remember, ocean water remains water. At one time it is called ocean water, limitless, and that water is a cup of water when contained in a cup. Why? Your focus of attention has diverted from water into the cup. And you create a khichdi, a hodgepodge, and you say, cup water, not ocean water. It is ocean water. In reality, break the cup, the ocean water drops into the ocean. That's all that happens. Here in the second shloka, dear, this is being suggested in a very, very clear manner. What does he say? Apradibhya. Let me read the whole shloka for you again, though it is revision. Divya, dotaravan, effulgent. That is the last word to compare your awareness. Awareness is compared with light effulgence. Why? Without light, you don't see anything, as because don't see anything, you don't understand anything. And if you want to go, you'll fumble and hit something and fall. Without light. But that light illuminates this all, and you can find your way out of that jigsaw puzzle of chairs and find your door out. Similarly, awareness in you. I know. You know with your 5 sense organs. Having known with your 5 sense organs, you perform with your 5 active organs. But where does that knowledge come from when you say, I know? Where does it come from? Your effulgence compared to your awareness, making you aware. And you say, I know because a lamp is lighting up the darkness of your area. And the best modern example, you know what? You have been to cinema, isn't it? And what is a cinema scope? a machine in which thousands of still camera frames, photos, they are moving in such a rapid speed, and a light is so harsh and focused that the picture is displayed on a white screen. And you see everything is happening for 3 hours. And you weep, you laugh, you get excited, you get depressed, or you go through all human moods according to that picture. But a cinemascope means nothing without that bright light. That is the source. What is the light in you? Your true original nature, Sa Sambedya Chaitanya, your awareness. I am aware I am, but I do not know who am I, neither do I know in reality what this world is. Why? Because separateness has got a hold on me. And the unity in this diversity, the presence of the Akshara Brahma is being forgotten. So he says, Divya, he is ever effulgent, there is no darkness or there is no non-understanding there in that stage. No non-understanding there in that stage. Everything is understood. He is everywhere. Omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, eternity. Eternity. He is eternal. Divya. Amurtha. He has no form. But for you and me, because we are seized by forms and names, he says, all right, start with the form of your Ishtadeva. And consider that form represents the Absolute. You have the form, but your thinking is always, your awareness is always saying, that is the eternal awareness, the essence of the cosmos. And slowly, you saturate yourself with that idea, you merge with that eternal consciousness that is known as liberation, moksha, emancipation, mukti. Divya hi amurta purushaha. Why that word Purusha is being used? Because the word Purusha is not in literature the masculine gender. It is he who resides in me, in this Pura. He is the Purusha. Who is residing in me? I am. I am in this body. I call it my body. I own it, but I'm not it. I am. That amness is Purusha for you. From that, all this has happened. Into that, all this goes in. And it is beyond Murti, Amurta, Purusha. Sabhajya Bhyantara. There is no adulteration, no mix-up. It is absolutely unpolluted, pure. Sabhajya Abhyantara. That whatever is external and internal is the same. Ajaha. It is never born in time. Aprana. It doesn't have the Kriya Shakti of the prana, the cosmic energy, the force that I have in me. It's not there, it is beyond that. Abana, Sankalpa, Vikalpa that we have, determination and confusion. Nothing there. Aksharat Parata Paraha. It is beyond the so-called ultimate reason of the cosmos. It is beyond that. It is the eternal. The word immutable in its correct sense applies there. Relatively, the pot of clay is immutable. It is created by the Creator into 1,000 different ways, but the pot remains a pot. That is the cause, ultimate cause. So we have now understood what is Aksharat Parataha Paraha. Parata means sublime of the sublime. This is sublime. Parameshwara is sublime. Saguna, Sakar, Savikalpa, Brahma, Ishvara is sublime. For my understanding, he appears to be so. He appears to be a human being. In essence, he is the divine, the sublime. He is the divine, he is the sublime. For me, he appears to help me to use it as a stepping stone and enter into that area which is beyond word, beyond name, beyond everything. That is why this word Aksharat Parata Para, that means the Vakshara word, is being used as the ultimate cause, the first cause from which the millions of things have developed. That is the Parameshwar. Aksharat Parata Para. Now, he had asked, Shaunaka has asked the Rishi, is there anything knowing which everything is known? Kasminno bhagavo vigyate sarvavidam vigyatam bhavati iti. That's what he is asking. In this chapter, the first chapter, this question will be answered, and see how it is being answered. He has told you he is everywhere. And he is the root cause of everything. So he is now graphically describing it to you. Etasmat jayate prana. The concept of energy that I create in myself, that energy is nothing else but that cosmic energy contained in this body-mind concept. Etasmat, from that Paramaishvara, from that eternal cause, jayate, comes out. What comes out? Prana, mana, sarva, indriyani cha. Chakara means etc., etc., etc. From that eternal cause, everything has come out. This whole cosmos has come out of it. Etasmat jayate. Taken a name, taken a form, a shape, taken its qualities and its utilitarian value. All these diversities come up of that, including the mind, the life forces, and etc., etc. All your indriyanis, Gyanendriyani, Chakshu Karna Nasa Jiva Tvacha, Rupa Rasha Gandha Shabda Sparsha, they are objects, and the Karmendriyani. Etasmat jayate. Now you are being given a direction. While living in this world, give yourself a little time and chance. Sit a while separately and see, my God, my Ishtadev is everywhere. This is the lesson that he is giving to you in a very abstract manner. for you to translate it in your own lifetime. Etasmat, from this, the divine, the eternal cause. There is the absolute. That eternal cause is nothing else but the first mutation of that immutable Brahman. The first deviation. From this deviation, the whole world comes up. And he is your Ishtadeva, the Parameshwar. Etasmat jayate prana mana sarva indriyani cha. And what else? Kam. Kam is Akasha. Vayu is air. Jyoti is fire. Apa is water. And Prithvi, the earth, which holds this cosmos in its place. The earth is rotating. The earth is a solid place on which all this is being seen. Prithvi Vishwasya Dharini. Vishwadhatri, it is holding it together. It is not dissipating centripetally. It is holding it together. Etasmat, from this eternal entity, the ultimate cause, first deviation from the mutation. It is not in reality, it is to explain to you. Don't stop halfway. The absolute has to be reached. And remember this parable of Sridharananda and remember it according to your sadhana. Somebody asked Sri Ramakrishna, I would like to go to the ocean. And from where Sri Ramakrishna lived, the ocean was, as a crow flies straight south, about 80 miles, but if you have to walk the way, it will be more than 120 miles, where the ocean and the Ganga meets, estuary of the Ganga. Sri Ramakrishna says, I will tell you how to reach the ocean without any mistake. Walk south. Don't turn left, don't turn right. Let south be your direction. Ocean is south of that place where Guru Maharaj lived. He says, well, I walk, but how do I know I'm on the right track? I am walking on south, but I'd like to know what is the right track. Guru Maharaj says, after a while, he will feel the cajoling, unpolluted sea breeze, moist, soft, unpolluted sea breeze cajoling your skin. That is a sure sign that you are going towards the ocean breeze is coming to you. And what is the next indication that I'm on the right track? You go ahead and you will hear the breaking of the breakers on the ocean shore, like thunderous noise. You hear that noise, oh, I'm near the ocean. Hearing. First is your skin, next is your hearing. You are not demotivated. You have the urge to know. You walk further and you find out a mold, a hillock obstructing. You are walking straight south, you climb up. And on the top of that mount, you see the whole ocean. Your eyes are confirming the ocean. The skin has confirmed, the ears have confirmed, the eyes are confirming. And then you are not more demotivated. You see, oh, that's the ocean, you run hard. You go to the side of the ocean and you touch it. Tactual experience of the ocean. You play with that water and then You want to measure the ocean. You forget you are made of the same salt, which is the essence of the salt water of the ocean. And you enter into the ocean and you slowly and slowly melt. What happens is, as soon as you have the first experience of the breeze, you feel satisfied. Your motivation is lost. Oh, I've understood, the ocean is here. You pitch a tent and stay there. You are convinced that the absolute is there, but your conviction is not strong enough to merge with the ocean. You have a little knowledge, a knowing, nodding knowledge of what an absolute is. But if you are not demotivated, you run further, you hear the breaking of the breakers on the ocean. You are not demotivated, you are further motivated. Oh, I'm coming to the close conclusion. Come on. So, dear, here in the Upanishad, he is explaining to you that the journey is from where you start till you merge yourself with the ocean. And Sri Ramakrishna's parable is an absolute example. Do not get demotivated. Keep your motivation, your desire to know it in totality. I'm not happy with partial knowledge. I must know it in totality. I must experience myself. This is what it is. Etasma jayate pranaha manaha sarva indriyani cha. Everything has come out of it. Kham vayu jyotirapa prithivi vishwasya dharini. It is the holding place of all of this cosmos, and we are there. So, slowly and slowly, dears, outgrow. And thereafter, all the remaining shlokas of the chapter are beautiful examples. Sit quietly. Think that that circular sky is the head of that Paramapurusha, that sublime being, that is his head. The sun and the moon are the two eyes. The air and the space is his ears. And the Vedas are his voice and his words. And this Prithvi is the place where we are, and we have to go beyond it. And this is our imagination. The concept of a Virat Purusha, of infinite dimension. And don't say it is a cock and bull story. Read Swami Turiyananda's life. One day, after a day long, quite an hour of begging around, he did not have enough food. So as usual, after 7 homes, he stopped begging. With the little that he had, he came to the Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan. Had a gulp of Jamuna water, chewed the few pieces of bread, which was nothing for him, but he chewed, gulped water, and lied down on the ghat, on the embankment. And he was started thinking, what is that concept of Virat Purusha is? A body of infinite dimension. The skull is the sky. The sun and the moon are the eyes. This very example, he was thinking, and all of a sudden, he had an experience. His body started growing. And to such an extent that his body grew to infinite proportion from the sky to the earth to the right, to the left, all over his body. Virat Purusha Darshana. This is a type of experience that a sadhaka occasionally has. These are the sure signs and symptoms you're on the right track. Don't demotivate yourself. Oh, I've had an experience. Always keep your motivation intact till you reach the goal. So all these shlokas thereafter are wonderful examples of various types of experiences that a person may have on this onward journey. We'll take it up next day when we meet again. Thank you ever so much, dear. We'll start from the fourth shloka, in continuity the 26th shloka from the beginning during our next class. Thank you.
Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.